It was messy. We're counting down. I feel like it's out of focus. Perhaps it is. It's out of focus also. Alright, we'll try that. That'll have to do. Where are you? Let's see. Things are a little backwards. That's good. But that needs to be that. No. That's good, but what does that need to go to? Window capture. There we go. And then chat cows to capture that. Good. Lurkers lurking in. How are we doing? We're doing all right.
Shut up and sit down.
We got a minute and a half of our countdown. We are co-hostless today. He's doing a fundraiser. But hey, that's good. Preload some tabs. Let's do it. Got just enough time. You can get like a preview of what's coming up. Alright, that's enough preloading. Oh, yeah. Haven't done that. Copy. The Discord info is wrong. Wait. Okay.
Shut up and sit
There's
down.
the new Discord info. We got 5 seconds till the intro. All right. Here we go.
1 part bread, 1 part pill. This is the Bread Pill Weekly. You've been red pilled, now be the red pill.
All right. We got that. We got that. Did that. All right. This is the Bread Pill Weekly. You're out of the oven and out for delivery. Our co-host is normally Angular, sitting right there, but he's doing a fundraiser. We are simulcast on Facebook, YouTube, DLive, and the Foxhole. Call-ins are encouraged at all times on all shows on this channel. This is episode 13. The call-in information is the Discord link there, and I won't hear you come in, so you'll have to go pong, 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 or something. Let's start with our Bible reading. Oh, let me change the screen. I always forget this part. Discord chat is going to be hard to read, so let me do that. No, that. Wait, main. I broke something. Window capture needs to be behind. I feel like my... Let me just bring this up a bit. Maybe that'll work. Let me also change this to Bread Pill Weekly background. Like a fool. Okay, let's read our Bible reading of today. Oh, I typed it wrong. Shink. The earth was without form and void, and darkness was over the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the face of the waters. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. So I want to say a couple things about that. Kind of a hat tip from a friend. Let's dig into the word for formless, void, and darkness. Void kind of means void of purpose or meaning in that sense, from just looking at some other uses. Formless, looking at the the concordance. Formless can be... Oh, let me turn the music down a little bit. Speaking of Discord. So, formless can be like a wild wasteland, or something with futility, or vanity, or empty, or confused, or chaotic, or desolate. If you just dig through the concordance. Nothing crazy, just kind of looking at... Here's how you do it. Let me show you. If you want to dig into that word meaning, they make it so easy these days. There's like no excuse. Formless. You just click on this and boom. You can look at all the other uses from all the ancient writings, right? And just go through that. So I just put that together. So then let's read darkness. It's a tangible, thick, and cloudy darkness, like as if someone's covering your face. It's gloomy, and it's the opposite of fiery. It's got no energy. So let's read that again with that in mind. You know, God created the heavens and the earth. The earth was without form. It was formless and void, and darkness was over the face of the deep. So, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the face of the waters, and God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And light was good, and he separated the light from the darkness. So let's read form and darkness notes again. The earth was a wild wasteland of futility and vanity, empty with confusion and chaos. It was desolate. Does that sound like a vacuum of space to you? It just doesn't strike me that way. The darkness was thick and tangible over the face of the water, gloomy, like someone was covering up your ability to use your senses. Just some thinking, right? All right. Our next article. What is Bread Pill Weekly? Co-host and I, other than when he's off gallivanting around raising funds, we do news of the week, just some hits, some whatever. And he's like the main juice of the show. I'll be honest. But let's go to our first. Oh, I gotta verify to continue. Okay, that's the old Binance thing. Oh, come on. What's it now? Oh, TikTok. The video got shut down. Here, let me see. Cool. Is the video still not available? Oh, okay. This video was pretty cool. Let me see if I can find it. It was Zelensky, Soros separated at birth, basically. Images. How do you spell Zelensky? It was like this. Okay, let's see if DuckDuck will give me anything better. Yeah, there was this great TikTok where it had their two faces side by side, and it was like, oh, you're distant cousins, or identical twins, or the same person. Anyway, sorry, I guess that link doesn't work anymore. Let me try it again. I think I did it wrong, actually, frankly. Let me try it again. No, it's been bad. Here, let me see if I can see it on my... If I can see it on my phone, this is worth. I'm on a timer today. I got a meeting. Why am I getting... Oh, I'm getting a picture. Oh, here's the fundraiser. Just to prove it. That's angular. Here, let me go to the close-up. It'll be out of focus, but you can see that, right? All right. Main transition. All right. Let me see if I can get that Zelensky picture. Hat tip to a friend of mine who sent it over. I'm like, yeah, that's going in the show immediately. Just give me 1 second. This is worth it, I claim. One moment. Just a quick peek at the picture. Oh, any minute now. Come on, TikTok. Do your thing for me. Let me try again. All right, while that's loading, let me run around the horn and see. Man, we don't have a lot. Am I even broadcasting? It's pretty quiet here. Oh, okay. There's one more person. Check the Facebook. Let me check OBS. I mean, it's a beautiful summer day. Ain't no one gonna be here. Maybe I put the wrong link. Hang on. Ah, I did. Here's the link. Nope. All right, never mind. Anyway, Zelensky is Soros. Just see. Soros, Alinsky. Soros, Alinsky. Soros, Zelensky. Soros, Zelensky. It's a made-up name, right? It's clearly it's a clone of him. It's his grandson or whatever. Proof. All right, now let's go to our next story. This is just cool. So an ALS patient with complete paralysis, that's not cool, asked to hear Tool album via brain implant. So they put a brain implant in him and they're like, okay, you can communicate with the outside world when you haven't for years. He's like, I'd like to hear Tool really loud for a while. I think he asked for like a certain goulash and sweet pea soup. Totally not anything related to our normal topics, but that was too cool to pass up. All right, now let's get this link going here. All right, from the department. Oh, yeah. So hospitals are beginning to ask men who are under 60. Hey, we just got to ask you real quick, and I'm not commenting, right? I'm subtly commenting. But in light of all the news, right? Admins at hospitals are like, well, we need a new policy. We need to. So here's how it's going to work. You're a man. You're, let's say, between 18 and 60. Let's see. I'm calling this the inclusivity department. This is from March 29. Hey, before we scan you, we just got to warn you that if you're pregnant, Mr. beardy-haired, beer-gutted Billy Bob, in case you're pregnant, we just got to warn you. I know you say you're a male, but we just got to warn you. You could be pregnant. So we don't want to do this procedure if you're pregnant. Let's go to April 7th.
Shut up and sit down.
South Carolina set to ban biological males, whatever that is. I thought there was no such thing as biological males, except for Ketanji Brown Jackson, who's now on the Supreme Court, said a biologist would know if you're male or female. I can't keep track. Anyway, they're now getting set up to ban. I think they voted 82 to 28. I don't know if it's passed or where it's at. I guess it came out of the House. It's got to go to the Senate in South Carolina. So you have to enter the gender as that you were born with, according to the, not commenting, just reporting. There's no bias here. No, there is. There's tons of bias. From the 10 is department from April 2, we've got this little note to share with you. Links are in the description if it's YouTube or Facebook. The tennis world is shocked after scores of players drop out of the Miami Open. This is a bit of 3 days old ago, 5 days old news. But there's 15 down. 6 days ago, there was 15 down. Now, I just want to point out, if you think COVID is bringing these players down, remember they are fully, in every sense of the changing word, they won't be there if they're not fully vaccinated. So it can't be COVID that's bringing these tennis players down. It's other things like stubbed toes. The article talks about it. But just don't be thinking that any of them could possibly have COVID. All right, let's go around the horn, see if anybody's chit-chatting. Not required. You do not have to chat to participate. Lurking is participation. And I think I am one of the lurkers. So I'm talking to someone out there on Facebook. And I love you, whoever you are. And there's also someone on, let's see if I can see who it is. No, I won't know who it is, but someone on Facebook is watching. According to all of my technology, we're watching you, whoever you are. We're watching you. All right. Let's go to our next news show channel thing. Sorry, work was hairy. So we covered. Now we're going to Fausti, March 31st. Can't work simple interfaces. Fausti, March 31st. Remember when he was quiet for like a month? Vanity Fair says, link is in the description, unless you're on Foxhole, and then you already know all this. What do my notes say here? Let's check. If you go down, let me see if I can find it. So this is Vanity Fair, right? Like Vanity Fair, throughout the years, I mean, they dig a little bit, right? I'm not saying. Let me try to scam this site. Where's the article? Read more? Huh. I guess I got the end of, well, apparently, well, I took a clip out of it before. It said that Anderson made a suggestion that surprised Bloom. He said he was a screener at a preprint server, which gave him access to papers that weren't yet public. He then offered to either entirely delete the preprint or revise it in a way that would leave no record that this had been done. This is the part of the lab leak controversy. Bloom refused, saying he doubted either option was appropriate, given the contentious nature of the meeting. Let me see if I can find you a better link to that. 1 second, please. Yeah, it's in there. I think it came from that article, but I'm too cheap to pay for Vanity Fair. Suggested. So they're kind of disagreeing with Fauci's. Did not cross Bloom's mind at the time. Blah, blah, blah. So anyway, dig around a little bit and you'll see some interesting stuff about this. You know, they're after that poor guy, that poor highest paid man in public office ever in history. They're just after him. Why would they do that? Fauci, what's your deal? All right. Any questions? March 24th. I miss my co-host, don't you? This is an analysis, the links are in the description, of the circumstantial evidence for Wuhan labs as the source of the coronavirus. This came out 3/24/2022, but if you dig around on this, this was from a FOIA request. Apparently, the State Department in early 2020 had evidence to suggest that the leak from the Wuhan labs caused the pandemic. It was circumstantial. It wasn't definitive smoking gun, if you dig in. But, just some news. I gotta take a sip of this soda. Does Coca-Cola also have fetus parts in it, like Pepsi? Oh, not. Sweet Pandarin, Florida is the next department. Going to April 2. Lynyrd Skynyrd singer Johnny Van Zant pins Sweet Florida song as tribute to Ron DeSantis. I listened to this song, and I'm all Ron DeSantis, but as I listened to it, I'm like, this is a little ham-fisted and pandery, I thought. But, I don't want to diss an artist really too much, but here's some lyrics. The press don't like it, but it sure does get my business. He stands up for what he believes. So don't come down here to try to change things. We're all doing it right here in the Sunshine State to stay out of our business. Leave our gov alone. Hey, freedom of speech, right? Why are you telling me about this, G. Ross? Why would you do that? All right, so I'm just checking the comments, see if anybody is commenting. Oh, I lost my Facebook viewer. Oh, what did I do wrong? Tell me. Tell me everything I do wrong. Man, we're talking. It's really quiet. To be fair, this is a rough time slot. I don't mind have my awesome co-host with me. And it's summertime. April 8th in Texas. That's summer. May and June and July, that's just living hell. That's not summer. All right. Hey, at least we're going on record. I love going through this. Don't miss our Wednesday night shows. Been so much fun. Our Sunday night shows, crazy. Just crazy. All right. Ruskies. The Russians. The average Russian, son, don't take a dump without a plan. That's from Red October, if you remember that. Average Rusky, son. All right. So from the Rusky department, I am married to a Rusky, so I can disparage their culture. Let's see. In short, if you translate this, I think, back off with the sanctions if you want us helping you with your International Space Station. Don't those guys do a lot for that? I don't know, with some saber rattling, some posturing, who knows what. Just wanted to let you know, in case you didn't know. Link to this Twitter is in the description on YouTube and Facebook. If you're on DLive or Foxhole, you could ask me for the link. I could go get it. Heck, I just mentioned it. I'll put it in there. Average Rusky, son. Don't make a Twitter without a plan. I'll put it there. So it's in the Foxhole. But you can go get it from YouTube or Facebook. I generally pretty well do a good, decent, complete job of putting it in there. April 3, same department, the Russian department. The Department of Russianness. We got this link. And we're making good time. I'm way ahead of schedule. This is a rally in Berlin, apparently on behalf of Russia, and it was pretty big, apparently. I don't know. Just heard about it. Thought I'd share. Thousands of cars came out to support the Russian Federation, the flags of Russia, USSR, and the airborne forces being displayed. Kind of similar story topics in the with friends like this, who needs anything else department. This is from April 4th. This is the Hungarian Prime Minister. So here he's adding Zelensky. Oh, maybe that's why I couldn't find Soros and Zelensky. It's spelled wrong. Here, let's try this. I'm seeing Soros. Let's try that. Image. No, it's really spelled. Ah, now we're getting somewhere. Look at that. I guess I was spelling it wrong. You know, I hate when I do that. They're just distant relatives. Yeah, I mean, that's not. There's certainly no time travel or cloning or direct offspring. Definitely not. Take that right off the table right now. No time traveling. No rejuvenation treatments. No cloning. It's not allowed. There's no cloning. No such thing. Never had it. And even though their eyes look exactly the same, their eyebrows look exactly the same, their head looks exactly the same, their nose looks exactly the same, no relation. Not at all. Just saying. It's false. It says right here, fabricated content, false. They're not cousins. They're definitely not the same person, rejuvenated or time traveled or cloned. For sure. For sure. Definitely not the son or grandson. Definitely not. And not even cousins, it says right here. Not. Just not. Not. Get it out of your mind. Just take it out. Let the TV tell you. Like, if this disturbs you and you're like, well, first of all, you don't even know who Soros is, do you? I'm in a mood. You probably know who Zelensky is. He's the hero of the world right now, right? He's the guy who's solving all the world's problems right now, right? The biggest held up hero that we have. He's definitely not George Soros. For sure. Just not. Can't be. Anyway, Viktor Orban adds Zelensky, not Soros, to his list of overpowered opponents. So I guess the people, the rabble, elected some kind of nationalist freak show in Hungary, I guess. I didn't even know about this. Electoral landslide, Viktor Orban. I guess the CIA failed there. Strange. Says in the article, the links are in the description, he's seeming to remember in his hour of victory how the Ukrainian president had singled him out. All right. Round one fight. I would say cage match. Not to the death, but like to the tap out or to the broken arm or something. Wouldn't that be? Now we're going to move into... Let me just scan for the lurking and the chatting. There's no... there's no chatting in the YouTubes. That's okay. It's not required. It's not a requirement. There's no commenting in the Facebooks. And it's still... I'm basically talking to one... It's probably my wife. I'm probably talking to my wife. But hey, I'm recording this. So did I do this at the wrong time? Did I forget to promote? Anyway, whatever. It's springtime. I love you all. I love you one person. It's probably me. I'm probably lurking twice somewhere. Anyway. Love you all. I really do. Listen. If somebody stumbles across this recording and gets any information out of it that could help them to wake up. To what? From what to what? G. Ross. Remember, you are the underscore. Just remember that. Wake up from what to what? It's up to you. I don't know. Like, I was asleep, in a sense. And then I watched a lot of people start looking at their phone and go, Did you hear? Did you hear? A jetliner hit the World Trade Center. What? I was on a train station in New Jersey, and I looked across, and I didn't see any evidence of it, but I was far away. I could see the Twin Towers. I was asleep. 9:30 or what time it was that day. September 11th, 2001. And then they said another plane, jetliner, hit the other tower. No trains kept coming, because obviously they wouldn't be able to get in the city. So I'm like, there's something going on. Calling. This is 2001. Wife is, I think she had not left yet or something. Maybe she was working from home. I forget. And she's like, 2001. She was... I can't remember. Anyway, she's like, plane hit the Pentagon. What? So then I start thinking, well, that's kind of weird. Like, that's 2 strikes on the World Trade and the Pentagon. That's a war. That's a coordinated, concerted attack. That's pretty sophisticated. And then I'm like, I thought for sure that'd be really hard to do in America. Like, they would just watch for weird stuff. That first plane, but the second plane... They'd be scrambling jets. There's all kinds of explanations of that. No, I read the 2 books. I read the propaganda that came out. They're like the full. Anyway, I'm not going to do the whole story. But I quickly put myself, Whiskey Blue, what's up? I was going on a tirade on how I woke up thanks to the Twin Towers. I quickly told myself over the course of like 48 hours that all my suspicions of what? This is weird. How is this all happening? I was like, no, I guess 19 box cutter blade, 18 Saudis and a Yemeni or whatever, run by a guy on dialysis and living in a cave with camels. I guess, yeah. I guess that can happen. And they don't have missiles to shoot them out of the sky. And they don't have... So anyway, I went deeper into sleep. You know, almost like I was sleeping and someone hit me over the head with a billy club and made me knocked out. But then some years later, I started waking up. To what? From what? G. Ross? Anyway, hi, Whiskey Blue. Let me get back on track. We're co-hostless. Whiskey Blue, that was your red pill too. Yep. If anyone's hearing me and Whiskey Blue chat and you haven't been red pilled and you want to be, ask us. We'll hold it out like Morpheus. You take it. We don't take it. You take it. Like, here it is. Here it is. Is it a little weird to you? Listen, okay, I'm going to look right at the camera. Do you know food shortages are coming? You know that, right? Like, if you don't know that, they're coming. What do you do about it? Well, you prep. How much? I don't know. X amount. You make the decision. I'm not going to say how much I prepped, but I'm going to share with my neighbors. I didn't prep that much. Just a little. Just do my part. I canned, I stocked, I saved. You know, everyone should just do a little. For what, G. Ross? For the food shortages coming. I don't know. I'm on a randomized mood today. All right. Back to the task at hand. If my co-host was here, I would keep this on target. All right, let's get back to the top of the lap. This is from April 4. Former Intel agent Hunter Biden laptop sought in an investigation of whether Biden family a blackmail threat. Let me check my notes. I probably pulled a couple quotes here. Yeah, if you go down, it'll say. Oh, this is, what's his name? Yeah, this is worth. This is Tony Schaefer, I want to say. Or no, this is, I forget who. Here, let's look. Oh, yeah, it's Lieutenant Colonel Schaefer. A 3-letter agency came to me and said, hey, we've heard that you have access to a copy of the Hunter Biden hard drive. Could we get a copy? And I'm like, do you know what's on there? I mean, we're talking about everything from, and I'm going to stop reading there because this is an all-ages show, and usually I have my co-host. And I think in my quote, I had stopped there. So, if you're seeing a recording of this, or one of the, I think 4 people now watching live that don't know why the Hunter Biden laptop is coming into the news now, let me just tell you, it was in the news before the election 2 years ago, or 3, what was it, 2 years ago, you know, before the election, a year and a half, 2 years ago. It was way in the news, but not the news you were watching, right? The news we were watching. Who's we and who's you? I'm just cutting everybody into 2 camps. There's more, but they'll fall into buckets. You either knew before the election about this laptop or you did not. And if you did, you made your call. And if you did not, you kind of also made your call. This is what I'm saying. Wake up, wake up. Wake up to what? Wake up to not believing everything people tell you. Not believing everything Walter Cronkite or his types tell you. Not believing everything I tell you, right? Anyway, let's go to April 7. Whistleblower who handed Hunter's abandoned laptop to Congressman in DailyMail.com reveals he has 450 gigabytes of deleted material, including 80,000 images and videos, and has fled to Switzerland fearing retaliation from the White House. This story just won't go away. It's like a little albatross around the big guy's neck. Who's the big guy? Most people listening to this probably know who's the big guy. Whiskey Blue is saying, already seeing it. I forgot what I said that might have triggered that. I got to keep my chat window more in my face. Sorry. The big guy. If you know who, they got it all, plus bank records. This is Whiskey Blue. Bodan was indicted in Ukraine before the election. Yeah, why all this hullabaloo in Ukraine? Good point, Whiskey Blue. So now I'm kind of curious if anyone on... Oh, we got somebody on Facebook back. Let's see who it is. No, I can't actually tell who it is. I can just tell someone's back on our Facebook watching. Let me go see if there's any comments. Not required. Not required. Just saying. So, let me go back to this article here. Do you remember Jack Maxey, I want to say? I think he's in this article. Maxey, yeah. Jack Maxey. Do you remember, I go through my Glenn Beck phase, my Rush Limbaugh phase, my Steve Bannon phase. We all go through our phases, right? Because I'll admit, I want someone that'll just do my hard work for me. And when I find someone that's like, oh, they're onto what I'm on, and I absorb their stuff, but then I start to see, oh, they're just doing their thing, right? And then it feels like a limited hangout, but I'm not saying it is. I'm saying that's their bag, right? And so then you go check the next guy, and you check. We're all individuals. And don't bet on a strong horse. I know I want to. I want to bet on some president to save our bacon, some whatever. And there's action to take around that. You should pay attention to the election. You should make careful choices. But what I'm getting at is, for a while, I was like, Steve Bannon, you'll pull us out of this news ditch, and at first I hated that show. I hated it. But it was hilarious if you watched Jack Maxey and him. It seemed cold for a while. Like, Jack didn't like, you're on Bannon's show, you got to be contained. Like, he's the big dog, right? And if you try to, he'll let, like, Raheem Kassam get away with more, but Jack Maxey it seemed like he was just held in that corner. And I don't know. It could be a show. We're watching a show. It's all a movie anyway. Anyway, having a good time. Drinking my soda. It's probably got fetal parts in it. It's not a Pepsi, so at least there's that. It's got slightly less fetus. Let's go to the Securities and Exchange Department. This is going back to April 4th. The week in the news. That's Bread Pill Weekly. So you've been red-pilled. Now be the red pill. That's the Bread Pill Weekly, right? It's just news roundup. Trying to have fun with our friends that know and have a couple people wander by and go, what are y'all talking about? Hey, come in, hang out. We're friendly. We're awake to big pharma, big government, big Illuminati, big Babylon. I'm not saying I'm I don't even know. Like, I find myself being controlled by Babylon all the time. All the time. You gotta shake it loose. Anyway, Elon Musk purchased like 9.2% of Twitter after coming after it hard. And, so he presses down the price and then buys, and then it goes up. Hey, Securities and Exchange Commission, what does this do for you there, SEC? I'm not saying it's evil or wrong. I'm just saying, is it legal? Like, didn't he do this kind of stuff with Doge? And somebody was pointing out that if you own 10%, you have to disclose a lot of stuff. So is it a controlling stake? No, but what's going on? Truth Social? I mean, Elon Musk purchasing part of Twitter. This show ain't over. By the way, it's going to get worse before it gets better. The food shortages are coming. I don't usually preach that. What if I'm wrong? Then you have a yummy canned good that you can enjoy with your family. What if I'm right? Then you can crack that bad boy open and share it with the homeless while you're also homeless. You know what I'm saying? Like, just save up a little food while it's cheap. About to go up. Russia pegged the ruble to the gold, right? That's what I heard. Oh, that's going to move some currencies around. I'm just saying. We're playing the big game now. You know that soccer ball? Got passed. What are you talking about, G. Ross? What? Ask a friend. Ask a friend who knows. Who knows? You know who knows. Let me get some chats here from Whiskey Blue. Why is Pelosi blocking Hunter's congressional hearing? Yeah, why? Why, Pelosi? If there's nothing to hide. Anyway. Agreed, Whiskey Blue. Circular firing squads. This fire is in the shape of a circle. So let's go to this department. April 4th. The Hill. Democratic anxiety grows over Biden's dismal polls. Did you see the thing? I didn't do a prep on this, but the weird body language between Obama and Biden. And he's like, yo, bro. And he's like giving him the cold shoulder and all that stuff. I didn't even catch. It was. So anyway, if you scroll down in the article, let's find it. Energy. One Democratic strategist, that's almost an unnamed source, I'll admit, but let's read it anyway. It's bad. You have an energy crisis that's paralyzing, and inflation that's at 40-year high, and we're heading into a recession. The problem is simple. The American people have lost confidence in it. That's one article. That's The Hill. Not necessarily a completely pro-Trump rag, right? Just saying. It's a different show when my co-host isn't here, isn't it? Yeah, I know. I keep saying that. Let's go to the election frog. Who's the election frog? Kermit. From April 6th. Link is in the description on Facebook and YouTube. Brnovich, Arizona's Republican AG, released on Wednesday a status update on his review of the audit done on Maricopa County. Serious vulnerabilities occurred during the 2020 election. How come you didn't hear about that? Are you a United States voter? I was going to say citizen, but let's be real. I guess residents can vote too, right? I don't remember. I forgot my civics class. I'm old. Are you a United States voter? Do you want your vote to count? Do you care about it counting? It says down deeper in the report, we can report that there are problematic system-wide issues that relate to early ballot handling and verification. It's right there. See? It says it right there. Brnovich put it in the letter. It's not my words. It's his words. And Whiskey Blue goes to the story about, or the impromptu discussion I started about Obama, and he totally he straight ignored Joe. Yep. I mean, I kind of watched it out of the corner of my eye in a replay, and I was like, what's going on here? And then work intruded, and I had to work for a living. You know how it goes. Here's a Twitter that was come across April 6th. This is a judge acquitting a man of misdemeanors in a Capitol riot trial, the old January 6th trial. So McFadden, the judge, says it was... Let me find it for you. That's not the link I meant to put. Sorry. I skipped to one. Sorry, this is Senator Ted Cruz to a Biden nominee to the FEC. So he says, here, let me just read it from the Twitter. As an officer of the court, you're willing to put your name on a legal pleading alleging that the machines used in Georgia in 2018 were switching votes illegally from one candidate to another. Is that correct? Yes. That's a good point. That's a person out there saying, officer of the court, you put this. So that's from April 6th. It's fascinating. Fascinating. What a weirdo. Drunken Gods points out, because Obama probably knows that's not Biden. Right. And he'll always be the VP, right, to Obama. Whiskey Blue says more votes than registered voters. So let's pause here. 90% of everyone listening to this is going, that's right. Boom. Because we all know it. Like, not because of an echo chamber, because we all dig. We spend a lot more time on this than we used to 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago. Your journeys are different, right? Everyone's different. But I'm hoping, because I'm broadcasting to Facebook and YouTube and DLive in the Foxhole, I'm hoping that someone hears this live or on a replay who's like, it's just a one-off. It's just to the side. Just little bits. It's not a pattern. What was my point? There's a pattern. There is so much on this story, and it's not done being dug into and revealed. You should just ask. You should just find that weirdo friend you have who wears the tinfoil, and you should just be like, just listen. Just ask them what they think and why, and just go in little pieces. 4 years ago, every one of those crazy salad bowl on top of their head trying to keep the UFOs out, friends, at least I would have told you, it all starts with the upside down vampires who are killing kids, and I won't name them now, but I used to say it, and it's all, They don't say that to you anymore. If you notice, they've stopped. Most of them have stopped saying, leading off with the, I'm going to be Van Helsing and I'm going to stop the baby eaters. They're not telling you that anymore. It's still true. It's still absolutely true. And you're going to get to, that's why you're not listening now. I see, I'm doing it. It's like I'm saying, by the end of this movie, you're going to know that some of your favorite heroes absolutely eat despicable things they shouldn't eat. Ceremonially. I know, I'm just jumping right in after I told you we don't do that anymore. We've been trained by you because you don't listen. So just ask us, what about this election thing? Why are you still talking about that? Why are you still on that? Just ask us. We'll do a good job of calming down and going, you know what? That's an honest question. And you're actually listening. That's not, I don't want this show to be about that. I'm just saying, what is this show about? It's about just showing little bits. And I think 90% of the people hearing this and watching this will be like, yep. But 10% will be like, Whiskey Blue, red people every day. Red pill people every day. Yes, thank you, Whiskey Blue. I try. I really do. My Wednesday show is about all my attempts on Facebook while I'm getting shadow banned to try to alert people. Listen, let me tell you this. Next time you're at the store, just buy an extra can of something. Store it. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. Just keep doing that. Because Russia just pegged their ruble to the gold. And there ain't enough gold to cash in your dollar bills. Just saying. All right. Let's go to 1-6. See that? Oh, yeah. This is what I thought I was reading a minute ago. Let me go to this. As Ted Cruz has been my visual. Judge acquits. Hang on. Let me cheat. Judge acquits man of... The link is in the description. Let me just read you what I pulled. He says it was reasonable for Martin to believe... Judge, a United States judge, says... It was reasonable for Martin to believe that outnumbered police officers allowed him and others to enter the Capitol through the rotunda doors on January 6th. It was reasonable for him to believe that. I don't know why they have to throw in outnumbered there. Why did he know they were outnumbered? But it was reasonable for him to believe that they allowed him in. The judge also said Martin's actions were about as minimal and non-serious as anyone who was at the Capitol that day. So, he didn't break a window. Good for you, Martin. Good job. Let's go to the borderline department. I do have to start cutting this a little short. I have a dinner to go to, a very important dinner. You're important. You're the underscore. You're the underscore. So link is in the description. Here's Vanity Fair from April 7th, Texas. We're going to bus undocumented migrants to D.C. and Florida is like, hold my beer. Let me see my notes here. They're running a race, according to the writer, to pull the most reactionary culture war stunt in response to Biden's administration's decision to lift Title 42 border restrictions. I mean, if somebody shouldn't be here, but see, Texas doesn't have as much of a clear right to cross people over a border and deport, but they can do other things, so their hands are a little tied. I have one more link, and then we'll chat for a minute, and then I gotta go get ready for the dinner. Let me share one more thing, and then we'll wrap up. I'm glad that we're going after, this is from the AP, April 6th, LinkedIn is in the description. A wind energy company, they don't say in the title, but it's from windmills, is killing our important species. So, let's keep it real. Let's keep it honest. Let's just make sure we're environmentally conscious when we get our energy. Let me read some chats. DOJ announced vax dissenters are now domestic terrorists. Whiskey Blue. Good point. So in the fall, the new variant is going to be pushed, right? 8 Drunken Gods says, family member got vaxxed last year and has already had 2 seizures. You were told the doctors are avoiding the obvious. Yeah. Whiskey Blue says, I remember when Gross first popped up in the Foxhole chat. Yeah, I had no underscore. You are the underscore. You know who gave me the underscore? feel like it was, if I remember right, 412 in Belushi. And somebody says, right after I changed it and I showed up, and I'm like, look, here I am, check out my new underscore, how's it look? And they're like, I wouldn't change my name for anybody. And I'm like, totally respect that. I wouldn't either, except when 412 and I want to say Belushi are really making a big joke, a good joke, out of, I keep calling you gross. What should I call you? You take that, I think in wrestling it's called a rub or a bump or something. You take a rub from the bigger wrestler. You're like, I'll do a match even if I got to get pile drived. I'll do whatever. You get that time on WWE Monday Night Raw, right? You get that rub. So I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm doing that. So the mats helped me out. 8 Drunken Gods says, the real terrorists want to kill my family. Big Pharma, crooked doctors, and perverted technocrats. Let me go around the horn, see if there's any Facebook comments. Check OBS, where it's awesome. So it's been a 45-minute show. We like to keep it between 45 and 60 minutes. With my co-host here, it's a little different. Wednesday night shows, Sunday night shows, they're a little different. Those are the more late night. Wednesday at 11, Sunday at 11:30. On Wednesday we're going to get to a Bible study, but right now we're just doing, we're about to 2 years ago on Facebook. We're actually right when, let's see, we're coming around the horn at 2 years ago, I want to say. No, we're a year and a half ago. We're kind of in the pandemic, the early parts of it. And just looking at my Facebook posts so I can stop using Facebook. Let me check one other thing. So, I'll play the 2.5 minute outro, which describes all the shows and kind of gives a vibe of them. The Sunday night show. Oh, I'll plug the specific topic, which is not in the video. Always in Texas. Co-host is raising funds. He's doing, it's for band, raising band funds. He's I don't want to out him just yet, but he's a musician of sorts. I'll let him tell you what he plays. He probably wouldn't mind, but 8 Drunken Gods says, Whiskey Blue says you did just fine. Thank you. But it's totally different without the co-host, I will say. 8 Drunken Gods says DOJ can eat a fat one. God is on my side, so come at me, see what happens. Amen, brother. Amen. And I don't think you're snake handling. I think you're kind of... Glenn Beck went through a phase like this where he's like, stand where God puts you. Just do it, right? That was years ago. But so last Sunday we proved that there's no such thing as random numbers. Wait, was that? No, I did St. Christopher. The Dog Man. Oh, yeah, we're going to do a special event. Somebody who can't come on any of my normal slots. We're going to do a special event, I think, next Friday, later evening, right in the meat of the good stuff. And so I'll be competing with my best friends on Foxhole. Sorry. But I'm going to get a cryptid expert on here. I think it's next Friday. I'll start pushing that hard when I get closer. But in about a week and a few hours. So anyway, this Sunday, I'm going to go through National Lampoon's Dune. It's about Dune, a ruckus desert planet with giant pretzels roaming the salt flats or whatever. It sounds familiar. That's because you're thinking of Frank Herbert's Dune. This is National Lampoon's Dune. And we're going to go through about a half hour, maybe 45 minutes, and then just have some fun after that. Just bringing you through the book. It's a pretty uncommon book. I've got a copy, and I've been rereading it just for the show. So anyway... But I got to get ready for a dinner, a very fun time with a few friends. So I'm going to make one last round trip check. And thanks for the lurkers that are coming in. I know this time slot, we picked it to try to stay out of the way of some other stuff and to accommodate, it's Friday. I got a junior high kid or a middle school age kid. We're probably often going to have stuff on the meat of Friday. Normally, I would be over at the friggin' Friday night show later on tonight, but I'll probably be at the dinner. But I'll try to catch up to it as soon as I can. But let me slowly back out and slowly fade out the music. It's good seeing new friends and classic longtime friends in the chat and in the lurking. And I'm gonna, thank you, Whiskey Blue says, go have some fun. Let me play the outro. I found that it's a capstone that really lets me, it's so hard to hit stop. Ready? There we go. Thank you for spending time with us. We're joined on Fridays by co-host Angular. This has been G. Ross, and you are the underscore. Be sure to catch us on the foxhole.app, DLive, YouTube, or Facebook. Current shows include the Bread Pill Weekly. You've been red pilled, now be the red pill. You're out of the oven and ready for delivery on our weekly alternative news roundup and call-in show on Foxhole, DLive, YouTube, and Facebook every Friday at 5:30 p.m. Central, co-hosted by G. Ross and Angular. Current shows include Epistemology for Fun and Profit, where woo meets goo. You're in the woo, and the woo is in you. A philosophical call-in show with occasional guest interviews, diving into the oldest questions. Most episodes are exclusively on the foxhole.app, Sunday at 11:30 p.m. Central. Current shows include 90 Nation, the nation with no denomination. Declare to the custom agents any edible plants or miscellaneous worldviews. We take a look back at how we got here, eventually leading into a regular Wednesday night Bible study at 11 p.m. Central. Catch us on the foxhole.app, DLive, YouTube, and Facebook. Our Friday co-host is Angular. This has been G. Ross, and you are the underscore.